Yo, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and in today's video we're going to be showcasing Deku and Giulio in My Hero Ultra Impact. That's right, we're going to be showcasing our first duo character on the channel. I don't know if that's like the official terminology for like these types of characters, but that's what I kind of like to refer to them as because it's two characters in one technically, but also not really, because like the way duo characters work in this game is you have a primary fighter who is like the the primary fighter. In this case it would be Deku, and then you have like the secondary character that appears in like the intro animation, the outro animation, and also the plus ultra animation. So they're kind of just there like tagging along. Sometimes like the kit will like take traits from like both characters and stuff, but basically in a nutshell you still are only really fighting with one character, but the like duo character kind of like tags in for certain animations, which is pretty neat. I wish the like secondary character kind of did a little more. Like I wish they were like in like the actual battle with like the primary fighter and like they had like unique attack animations, but for what we got I still think it's pretty cool. And I think this pairing is really unique because it's based off of like the My Academia movie, My Academia You're Next, and that's one of the main reasons why I'm making the showcase now, because I just released my like discussion video about that movie earlier this week, so I thought it would be kind of like a cool partner video to go alongside that video. And the main reason why I released that video earlier this week rather than when that movie came out a couple months ago, actually it was last year, is because I didn't get the chance to like work on the video at the time. I made a comment about it, and seeing that the movie just released on DVD and streaming platforms last month, I thought it'd be a good time to kind of like release these two videos, because that way it's kind of like fresh in people's minds for people who didn't get to see the movie in theaters. And yeah, I just thought it'd be kind of like a good time to kind of like just talk about like the movie and kind of like show off these characters who are based off of that movie kind of like in like the same week. So I thought it'd be pretty cool, and that's why I'm making this video to kind of go alongside that video that I released earlier this week, to kind of go alongside like the DVD and streaming platform release of the movie. So yeah, but with all that out of the way, I guess we can just dive into the showcase now. So here is Deku and Giulio's artwork, them together. In the unawakened artwork, you only get the primary fighter, which is Deku, but then in the awakened artwork, then you get to see both of the two characters together. So it's pretty cool to get to see both Deku and Giulio together in this artwork, and it's also really cool to see Giulio like as kind of like a part of like a playable character in a My Academia game. So he is a unique character to this game technically, because he is a part of like a playable moveset. I wish he was like a playable character just like as like a standalone character, but it's still cool that he is like at least a part of like a playable character in a My Academia game. So I'm gonna chalk it up to him being kind of like a unique character in this game, because I mean he kind of is but kind of isn't, because he isn't the primary fighter, but you know, he's not in any other My Academia game in any way, you know, let alone like a playable way. So yeah, and then here is Deku. This is a unique variant of Deku. This is him in his costume Zeta. You could tell it's costume Zeta because of the gold like highlights on the costume, and this is basically like his final war arc like attire. So it's pretty cool to get to see him in this costume. It's pretty neat. And yeah, now with all of like the trivia out of the way, let's just dive into the actual showcase. Alrighty, so taking a look at their stats, well, firstly, before we even dive into the stats and like showing off like the ability boards and skills and stuff, I just want to let you guys know, moving forward, I'm going to be referring to them, implying Deku and Giulio, as just Deku moving forward. The main reason why is because I just kind of want to like save the confusion like when like I'm just talking about like them, because like basically what I'm trying to say is in this game's eyes, this is just another Deku unit. Like, it's not like a special unit that's Deku and Giulio. This, I mean, even though it is, but like, you see, like, I'm already getting confused. Like, this is what I'm talking about. I'm trying to save this form of confusion. Here, I'll give you a prime example of what I mean. So, the trust level, as you can see, I have it maxed out, but that's Deku's trust level, because this is technically a Deku unit because he is the primary fighter, not like the trust level is not like Deku and Giulio's trust level. Like no, it's just Deku's trust level, and that's what I'm like referring to. So that's why moving forward, just to save the confusion, I'm just going to be referring to them as just Deku from now on, just because again he is the primary fighter. So technically these are his stats and his moveset. Again, because Giulio is kind of like the secondary fighter who kind of just joins in like certain animations, like I said, like the intro animation, outro animation, and plus ultra animation. So just to save the confusion, I'm going to be referring to them as just Deku moving forward. But yeah, so moving forward now, here are Deku stats. So as you can see here, Deku is a UR character and he is a red type character. I have him maxed out in the level department, the advanced leveling department, and the trust level department as well. And taking a look at their ability boards, or his ability board, see, like this is what I'm talking about, like the confusion already. Like I just want to, okay, I've already talked about like what I was saying about like the confusion. I'm just gonna keep moving forward. So taking a look at Deku's ability boards, for the basic route I have it finished. For the peace route I also have it finished. And the DX peace route, I actually got to start it because I did pull another copy of this Deku when his banner was out. So that was pretty cool that I was able to at least start the DX peace route, because I did pull one extra copy. I'm pretty sure you need like 3 or 4 extra copies to finish this DX peace route. And I don't know if I'm gonna have the opportunity. Hopefully in the future I will, because with the like movie event banners, like they release so far and few between compared to like other like limited time like event banners. Like compared to like the fantasy like banners or like the celebration banners or like what's the new one, the steampunk banners, or like the, I guess now the fantasy v3 banners and like the seasonal banners. Like those other limited time event banners run way more frequently compared to like the movie like event banners. I'm pretty sure we've only had, I think since the global release, 3 times like the movie like event banners have released. And I'm pretty sure it was for like certain occasions, like World Hero Missions release, Your Next's release, and then I forget why they brought back like the World Hero Mission banners. But basically what I'm trying to say is I don't know if I'm gonna get the opportunity to ever like finish this route, but I'm just thankful that I was able to at least start it, because again, I don't know, you know, if the banners are ever going to come back. Specifically, I guess in this case, the Your Next banners, or banner, there's only one, compared to like the World Hero Mission banners that had like 2 different banners. But I mean, I'm hoping they do come back in the future. It would be nice to just get the opportunity or like the chance to finish my DX piece route for this character. And also it'd be nice for people who did miss the opportunity to get this unit, you know, the chance to get that this unit. That would be pretty cool. So I'm hoping they do bring back you know this banner and just the other movie banners. Like that would be kind of nice. But yeah, taking a look at his skills, his plus ultra move is called Ignition Smash. It deals 650% damage to a single opponent and reduces the cooldown time of all allies by 1 and gives them the ability to evade 1 time. So yeah, pretty good plus ultra move. 650% damage is pretty nice. It is only a single target attack, which I'm pretty sure all of his skills, like his damaging skills, are single targeted attack skills, which is fine. Like, you know, single targeted attacks make up like a majority of this game. I think the only way you could possibly improve like his attacking skills is by making them multi-targeted attacks. But I mean, you know, Deku doesn't really have like any like AoE attacks, so of course he doesn't really have like many. Actually, that's a good question. Does any Deku in this game have any multi-targeted attacks? I'm not 100% sure. I'd have to look at them all, but I'm pretty sure most of them, if not all of them, have just single targeted attacks, because again, like I said, that just makes up the majority of like the game when it comes to like, you know, like attacking skills. And then on top of that, we're talking about Deku here, who doesn't really have like AoE attacks, so it makes sense. But I guess like that's one way they could improve, you know, this part of like this skill and his other attacking skills. The only other way I can see is maybe making it like a multi-hit attack, but I think that's something Deku could do. But either way, what I'm trying to say is those are like the 2 ways you could technically improve it, but for what we got, it's fine, you know, like that's standard. I was just talking about ways you could possibly improve it. But the rest of it reduces the cooldown time of all allies by 1. That's amazing. that's just flat out amazing. Reducing cooldown time in any way, shape, or form is great, but the fact that he does it for all of his allies, like, that's really good. Like, that's really, really good. And giving them the ability to evade one time, like, that's just like the cherry on top. Like, that's just really nice. Evasion basically allows you to dodge an attack. I think the only way you could truly counter it is with bullseye. So as long as they don't have bullseye, you basically get to just dodge and attack, and all your allies do, because I'm pretty sure, yeah, it reduces the cooldown time of all allies and gives them the ability to evade one time. So all your allies also just get one, you know, free evasion, which is also really nice. So overall, a really good plus ultra move. Moving on to his next action skill, or I guess his first action skill. It's called Black Whip in Fajin. Deals 400% damage to a single opponent, gives all allies the ability to penetrate for 3 turns, increases critical skill impact of all allies who have 2 or more temporary critical resistance up effects by 10% for 3 turns, increases critical skill impact of all allies who have 3 or more temporary critical resistance up effects by 10% for 3 turns, and the cooldown time on it is 4 turns. So I'm going to kind of like loosely break this skill down because I kind of want to talk about the rest of his kit to kind of like truly like explain this character, because like in a nutshell, his character or like this unit's kit synergizes really nicely with itself. So I kind of want to like go over the whole kit before like breaking it down like truly, so you can kind of get like a whole picture rather than me trying to explain it and then, you know, having to move forward, if that makes any sense. Like, rather than me explaining it now and then, you know, trying to explain it with like missing pieces, might as well give you the whole picture so you guys get the whole idea. So I'll break down like the parts that don't really like have any like connection with any of the other parts of the kit. Like deals 400% damage, like that's just pretty good. Like that's just a good you know, amount of damage for the attack. And then gives all allies the ability to penetrate for 3 turns. That's nice. I'm pretty sure, correct me if I'm wrong, because also just the way they like word it, like the descriptor of penetrate, because it's like a key term. I'll explain to you what, to my understanding, it means. So I'm pretty sure it means that it basically allows you to ignore critical resistance up. So obviously with like critical resistance up, if the opponent has it, that makes them more resistant to critical hits. But I believe what penetrate does is it ignores that critical resistance up, so it allows you to hit critical hits normally. Again, I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Like the wording in like the descriptor for this like key term is kind of like weird, but I'm pretty sure that's what it means. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments below, because I would like to exactly know if that's what it means or not, but I'm pretty sure that's what penetrate means. And the fact that he gives it to all of his allies, again, that's just really nice. Spoiler alert, I'm pretty sure everything he does like affects all of his allies, which makes him a really good support unit, because, you know, he just buffs and benefits all of his allies. Like that's just really good. Like that's just a really good support unit. And then the rest of the kit, I mean, I can explain to you what critical skill impact is. Basically, you know, your crits are basically going to be hitting harder when you use your skills. So that's pretty nice. And the way you apply it is why I want to give like the whole picture, because like the way you activate the increase on the critical skill impact for all your allies, again, all your allies, nice, is by having 2 or more or 3 or more temporary critical resistance up effects, which again synergizes really well with this kit because he does provide that later on. And if you do get 3 or more, you do get a 20% increase for all your allies when it comes to their critical skill impact, which is just really nice. So overall, a really good skill. Also, the cooldown time on it is 4 turns. I did mention that before, and I wanted to comment on it. That's good. It's not great. I think great would be like 3 or less, but it's not bad. Like bad would be like 5 or more. So it's kind of like right in the middle. It's very manageable. So overall, pretty good. And overall, a really great action skill. I think it's pretty good. It definitely does a lot. You know, good damage. You know, being able to counter critical resistance up if the opponent has it. So all your allies get that, which is nice. And then all your allies get a boost with their critical skill impact. You know, making their crits hit harder when they use their skills. Just overall, that's pretty nice. Like those are 2 really good buffs. Obviously, more damage is always better. So yeah, overall pretty good. Going over to his next action skill, it's called Construct an Image. Regenerates HP of all allies by 15% for 3 turns, and increases their critical resistance by 15% for 3 turns. Increases critical resistance of all allies who have the ability to penetrate by 15% for 3 turns, and the cooldown time on it is 4 turns. So again, this is why I kind of want to give like the whole picture. So firstly, regenerates HP of all allies by 15% for 3 turns is nice. Just regeneration is always good. So he is going to be providing healing for a squad, because again, it's all allies, so really nice. And also increases their critical resistance by 15% for 3 turns. So that's one temporary critical resistance up effect that he provides, which again benefits his last action skill, because again, you need 2 or more or 3 or more temporary critical resistance up effects to get that increase for him and all of his allies when it comes to the critical skill impact increases. Yeah, that's one of them. And then if you have penetrate, which again the last action skill provides, you get another critical resistance up effect for all of his allies by 15% for another 3 turns. So again, that's number 2 when it comes to the temporary critical resistance up effects in his kit. And also, like, that's just a 30% increase if you can activate both of them, which is just really nice for 3 turns. So overall, really good, because that makes all of his allies and himself more resistant to critical hits, which, that's just nice. That means you're going to be taking less damage. And the cooldown time on it is 4 turns, like I said, pretty good. So overall, another really good action skill. Again, his kit synergizes really well with itself. So, if you need penetrate, you just do the first action skill to get 2 critical resistance up effects for all of his allies, which then benefits the last action skill, because the more critical or temporary critical resistance up effects you have, the more you get when it comes to increasing your critical skill impact on like that last action skill. If you have 2 or more or 3 or more, that'll give you either 10% or 20% when it comes to increasing your critical skill impact for all your allies. So overall, pretty good. And let's take a look at his auto skills. So for his first auto skill, it's called Thinking About My Friends. After 2 turn passes, while character is regenerating HP, increases critical resistance of all allies by 15% for 3 turns, and restores 3 of their temporary status ailments. So yeah, pretty good. So basically, after he is regenerating HP, which we know he gets from his second action skill, he gets another temporary critical resistance up effect for all of his allies. So that's number 3. So again, as long as you use that second action skill, you're going to get that third one basically. So it kind of seems like the combo route you want to do is the first action skill, the second action skill, and because you do the first action skill, you get 2 temporary critical resistance up effects, and then because you're regenerating HP after 2 turns passes, you'll get that third critical resistance up effect, that temporary critical resistance up effect for all your allies, which then by the time you do the first action skill again, you'll get 20% increase on your critical skill impact for all your allies. So again, synergizes with itself super nicely, and on top of that, he will restore 3 of their temporary status ailments for, again, all of his allies, so his entire squad, which is nice. So basically, if you have a temporary status ailment, he'll restore 3 of them, which is really nice. That's like really good. After 2 turns passes, while character has the ability to penetrate, again, we know he gets that from his first action skill. Increases critical hit rate of all allies by 10% for 3 turns, and increases their skill impact by 10% up to 4 times. So when he has penetrate, he will increase the critical hit rate of all allies by 10%, meaning all of his allies are going to be hitting, crits more often, which is nice, especially for VE Tower, because hitting crits is important in that game mode. And on top of that, he will increase their skill impact by 10%, meaning your skills are going to be hitting harder. So basically just more damage for all of his allies. That's just pretty good. Gives character the ability to evade 2 times when HP is below 50% up to 1 time. So that's pretty nice. That's kind of like another cherry on top. So if he does fall below 50% HP, he gets 2 evasions, which is nice. Again, that means you get to dodge attacks unless they have bullseye. So yeah, overall a pretty good auto skill. And going over to his last auto skill, it's called a Very Colored Combat. Increases max HP of all allies by 20%. That's just really nice. Just overall, increasing the max HP of all of his allies is just nice. That means you're going to be able to live longer. Increases characters' max HP by 7% when used in characters' successfully executed skill chain up to 5 times. So he will increase his own max HP when you execute a successful skill chain, which is simple. Increases defense of all allies by 10% up to 3 times, which is nice, just additional defense. So not only is he giving them more HP, but he's also increasing their defense. So you're really going to be living longer with this guy on your squad. Again, like I said, a really good support unit because, you know, not only does it benefit him, but he also benefits all of his allies. Like, that's just really nice. Increases defense of all allies by 10% up to 3 times, and increases their plus ultra gauge by 20% when used in characters' successfully executed skill chain. So just getting a plus ultra gauge increase for himself and his allies is just nice, especially also in VE Tower, because you want to be hitting more plus ultra moves in that game mode. So yeah, just overall, that's pretty nice as well. And it's super simple to do. All you have to do is just execute a successful skill chain. Like, that's really easy. And then gives all allies the ability to nullify status ailments for 1 turn every 3 turns. Like, again, just another really good buff for all of his allies and himself. Like, the ability to nullify status ailments. Like, that's just really nice. So yeah, again, overall, in a nutshell, he is a really good support unit. The fact that he provides so many great buffs and benefits for all of his allies and himself is just really nice. And like, these buffs are like, you know, like they're all different, which they're all benefits. Like, it's insane. Like, he'll provide things that will be able to help, you know, himself and his allies live longer, to hit harder. Like, it's just all really good. Like, it's just really, really good across the board. I kind of talked about a combo route that I noticed when reading his descriptions already, but I'll repeat it. I'm pretty sure, like, the optimal combo route for him specifically would be Black Whip and Fajin first, and then Construct an Image second, and then Ignition Smash third, and then kind of rinse and repeat. I'm pretty sure that's probably the most optimal route when it comes to like a combo route for him exclusively. Obviously you can kind of like mix and match depending on like whoever you have on your team, but like for just him specifically, I'm pretty sure the combo route that would provide the most efficiency would be the first action skill, the second action skill, and then the plus ultra move. But yeah, that's pretty much his kit. So let's take him into Ultra Arena to show him off gameplay wise now. Alrighty, so we're hopping into some Ultra Arena now to show off Deku and Giulio gameplay wise. Let's take on this secret team here because I think that'll be fun. Here is the team I designed for Deku and Giulio. It is a theme team, and if you guys know what that theme is, let me know down in the comments below, or if you guys would like to just take a guess, you know, also leave it down in the comments below. That would be fun. And yeah, but let's take a look at the memory I gave him. So I gave him the challenge, the symbol memory, because this memory also released alongside him on his banner, or I guess the Your Next banner. So yeah, as you can see, it's got artwork from the movie, which is Deku and Giulio fighting against Dark Might. It is unfortunate that Dark Might didn't get a unit in this game, because with the second World Hero Mission banner they released, that was the banner that released Deku and Rhodey. They released a Flecturn, who is a SR unit in this game. So I thought with this banner, seeing how similar it is, because, you know, we have Deku and Giulio, it would have been cool to get a Dark Might SR unit in this game as well. But again, for what we got, it's pretty cool. But again, this is the memory that released on that banner alongside Deku and Giulio. So I figured I'd give him this memory because, you know, this memory was also designed around Deku and Giulio, but you can use this memory on other characters, but I'm pretty sure it benefits Deku and Giulio the most because, again, it was designed around them because it did release on their banner. But yeah, so let's take a look at what it does. So when equipped by a hero character, which Deku is, increases character's max HP by 25% and gives character the ability to evade 1 time up to 1 time. So yeah, overall pretty good. Increasing max HP is always nice, and getting to the ability to evade is also really good as well. Every 4 turns gives all allies, ooh, cool, another all allies, the ability to evade one time up to one time. Pretty nice. When character's HP is below 50%, increases critical resistance of all allies by 15% for 3 turns up to 1 time. So another temporary critical resistance up effect for the squad if needed, which is really nice. It is unfortunate that it only procs when he falls below 50% HP. But if he does, then you at least get another temporary critical resistance up effect. So yeah, overall pretty good. So yeah, I guess with all that out of the way, let's just dive into the battle now. I'm hoping that we get the intro animation, because with this game, like, I wish the way this game worked was like, whoever's in the first slot, I wish it just played the intro animation for that character. Like, as you can see, we got Sero's intro animation. We didn't get Deku and Giulio's animation. I wish that's how this game worked, where whoever has, or whoever's in the first slot, that's the intro animation, you know, the game will play. I wish that's how this game worked. But we'll keep going until we get the animation, because again, that's like one of the only 3 times you actually get to see Giulio. So yeah, it's a pretty cool dialogue between Deku and Ojiro here. So yeah, let's see what we can do here. So we've got 2 Dekus and a Kendo. So I'm thinking we go after Gear Shift Deku first, and then we'll go after the others. We will use Black Whip and Fajin first. But yeah, so let's see what we can do here. Let's see. I think, no, okay, so he's got a couple of dodges still. He's got a lot of invasions left. So we gotta eat those up so we can actually do some damage to him. There we go. We finally got through all of them. Let's do this. We gotta heal up Ojiro a bit as well. So boom, boom, and there we go. Nice and healed up. And I think Ojiro should be able to survive this. Yeah, he did. Thank goodness. So now we should be able to use our plus ultra moves. I'm going to slow it down so we can take a look at Deku and Giulio's plus ultra attack. Because again, it's one of the only other times you actually get to see Giulio. So might as well, you know, see it in its entirety, like nice and slowed down, you know, not sped up, because again, we want to see the actual animation here. So let's skip these guys because you are not the character we're showcasing. So yeah, let's take a look at their plus ultra move here. So it's pretty cool. You got Giulio riding in on his motorcycle with Deku running alongside him, and then he hits the opponent with a smash attack, and then Giulio catches up and is there for the end of the animation. Yeah, Giulio really doesn't do a lot in that animation now that I really think about it. He kind of just rides his motorcycle, and Deku just kind of like hits the opponent with a smash. Again, it's still really cool to see Giulio in this game, and I think his model looks really, really good. But again, I just wish that at bare minimum he was in the actual battle standing next to Deku, and what really would have been super cool to see him do is like actually attack. Like, it would like alternate between like Deku and then Giulio, where like one skill was dedicated for like Deku attacking and like one skill was dedicated for like Giulio attacking, or like just doing some form of animation. Like, I think that would have been really neat. But unfortunately we only really get to see Deku like fight. But overall, it is what it is. I mean, again, it's still really cool to see Giulio playable in some way, shape, or form is what I'm trying to say. So overall, like, that's pretty cool. But yeah, there he is in the outro animation, looking really, really cool. So let's just jump into another battle here and see if we can get the intro animation to actually play, so you guys can like see all the animations Giulio's in, and we'll show off more of Deku here. Alrighty, so I found another team who also has a Deku and Giulio on it, so honestly, let's battle this team. That'll be pretty fun. So yeah, let's see if we can get the intro animation to play. That would be really cool. Again, I wish whoever was in the first slot just automatically got to play the animation, but again, it's always random, so let's see. Nope, another Sero. Listen, Sero, you're my favorite character and all, but like, can we see Deku and Giulio? Like, that would be pretty neat. But yeah, so let's just see if we can defeat this team, and then again, we'll do another match until we get the animation to proc. Like, that's the whole goal here. But yeah, we'll start off with Black Whip and Fajin. Sero will bind a couple of them up, which is nice. Pretty good damage overall. I didn't actually get to talk about his damage, so that did what, 15k plus? That's not bad for a turn 1. Like, overall, pretty good. And again, I'm not even running like meta relevant characters. I'm running like just a theme team here, so yeah, overall not bad. And then we'll buff up the squad. Like, look at all those buffs that we just got. Like, not only just us, but like you know, like my allies. And also that does confirm that it does give him the buffs as well alongside his allies, so yeah, that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's just keep going here. Let's take out the Deku on the enemy team, the Deku and Giulio. So let's see, boom, boom, boom. Skip those animations because you are not Deku and Giulio. So now we should be able to, if we didn't target the bakugo, at least knock out one of the other two. So let's see. Oh no, the Toga had the ability to dodge. Yeah, as you can see, evasion is just really nice. Like if you don't have bullseye, like you're just dodging like an attack, like and that could be like life-saving. Like again, like that plus ultra move, I'm sure would have done like massive damage. Let's see. So second time around using Black Whip and Fajin, that's 25k plus. Pretty good damage. Like again, like overall just really nice damage. But yeah, let's keep going here. And let's see, I haven't really been paying attention to like his normal attacks. I want to see how much damage they do just by themselves. So let's see, that's Gear Shift knocked out, Bakugo knocked out, and then we might be able to just knock out Todoroki with like normal attacks here. No, we're not going to be able to do that, but yeah, his normal attacks haven't been hitting that hard. But again, I'm pretty sure if you run him on like the right team, like his normal attacks will probably be hitting like a truck. But yeah, 21,000 plus for the plus ultra move. I just wanted to see how much it would do without like the other characters, because I wanted to see if we would be able to knock out the Todoroki. But yeah, Ojiro should be able to finish him off here. No? Okay, cool. Deku does. Another 25,000 plus with the crit. So yeah, overall pretty good. And here is the animation with Giulio again. So again, I'm pretty sure his damage would be doing even more if I was running him on like a meta relevant team. But again, because I'm running him on like a theme team, his damage isn't as high as I expected it to be. But it's still pretty good damage. So like 25k plus damage is really good just overall. So I mean overall, like it's not bad damage, but I'm pretty sure if I was running him on like a meta relevant team, he'd be hitting even harder. But yeah, let's keep going to try to get his intro animation. Alrighty, we got another secret battle. Let's see if we can get Deku and Giulio's intro animation to play this match. The amount of matches that I've gone through to try to get this animation to play is kind of insane. But let's see, because again, I want to show off all three animations. I mean, again, Giulio is only a part of 3 animations. Like, I want to show off all 3 of them, so hopefully we get it. Come on, please. Finally, oh my gosh, finally, we got it. We got it. We finally got the animation. Oh man, that is crazy. Again, I really wish the way this game worked was whoever's in the first slot, that's the intro animation that will play. I just wish that was like the way it worked, but it's random, which I guess has some charm to it. But I mean, oh my goodness, the amount of matches that I've gone through. Like, you already saw a couple of them. Like, I just wish that that's how it worked, so we could see the animation just a lot faster. But we finally got it, thankfully, so let's see if we can win. So let's go after, we should probably gone after Swimsuit Hado first, honestly, but we targeted Swimsuit Mirko, so let's see what we can do here. But yeah, honestly, let's shift over to Hado. She is a really good support character to my knowledge, so we should try to take her down first. But yeah, I do want to pay attention more to his damage as well. I want to see if it increases at all. So yeah, let's see what we can do. Eat that dodge. That wasn't that good of damage, but we're not too far into the match just yet. And like I said, I'm not really running meta characters, so let's see. We did eat that plus ultra, so there we go. And then we knocked out Swimsuit Hado, perfect. So unless we go after, what is that? Is that foe 100%? Unless we go after him, the other two are going to dodge it because they have evasion. No, we went after foe 100%, perfect. So that was what, 31,000 plus damage? Not bad. But we do want to take care of him as soon as possible so he doesn't, you know, start stacking and like living forever. But yeah, we should be able to knock him out this turn maybe. Ojiro did eat the evasions. There we go, perfect. 18,000 plus damage, not bad. We are doing really well here, and Sero did bind 2 of them, which is nice as well. And yeah, we should be able to hopefully eat the evasion. If I remember correctly, he does get bullseye. Yep, perfect. And boom, boom, boom. And there we go. We're going to eat that with the evasion, which is nice. And not too much damage there. And then there is Swimsuit Mirko gone. And let's go after short hair Hado. Let's see. Come on. Plus ultra animations across the board here. There we go. That's Hado down. And let's take down uraraka. Let's see if we can actually finish her off with the plus ultra move. Maybe. No, but 37,000 plus damage, not bad. That is not bad at all, and we should be able to finish her off with Black Whip and Fajin. Also, like the animation for Black Whip and Fajin is really cool. I know it's not exclusive to just this Deku, but it's still cool to see, you know, 2 of his quirks in action. Like, I think that's really cool. And also, I was talking about Giulio's design in this game. Also, Deku in his Zeta costume in game also looks really nice. Again, I really like the gold highlights and stuff. Like, it just overall looks really cool. But yeah, that is Deku and Giulio in My Hero Ultra Impact. Again, overall, I think they are really cool, and also, like, they're really good, like, when it comes to, like, supporting their allies, just, like, across the board. Like, just really, really good. Like, I think they're, like, good in, like, multiple game modes. From what I read, like, they're good in VE Tower because, they do boost critical hit rates and, you know, increases plus ultra gauges as well, which is really good for that game mode. And then also just like the buffs that they provide can be really useful in Ultra Arena as well. So just overall, like, just a really solid unit, like just a really good characters or character, you know what I'm saying, like, pick your poison, however you want to, like, talk about them or him, you know what I'm saying. Like, again, it gets weird, but I think Deku and Giulio are really good, and it's really cool to see Giulio a part of, like, some form of playable character. Again, I wish he kind of did a little more. At bare minimum, I wish he was, like, actually in the battle with Deku, but it would have been really cool to see him, like, have some, like, unique attack animations. I think that would have been pretty cool. But for what we got, I still think it's really neat. Getting to see him in the intro animation, outro animation, plus ultra animation is really nice. And just the fact that he is part of, like, a playable character is really cool, which makes him unique, which is just really, really cool. And I love his design in this game, and I also really like Deku's design in this game, wearing costume Zeta. I'm sure we'll see that eventually in other My Academia games, but just for right now, it being a unique, you know, variant of Deku in this game is just really cool. And yeah, overall, these two are really neat. And yeah, that is the Deku and Giulio showcase video. If you guys did enjoy, please like and subscribe. That'd be really amazing. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll see you guys next time. Later.